for the specifically the and something. If you haven't read or seen any of the, well, let's continue with the idea of talking about Tino, of a guy in a guy. We are not doing. We walked. Sorry, he. How? What are we? I'm pretty sure I'm the one that knows. And Mark could understand. Hello everyone and welcome to a new video here in my channel. If you're new, hi and welcome. I am Ra. I'm very happy to be here, and if you're not new and you already know me, hi, welcome back to a new video here in my channel. For anyone new, hi again. I make writing, Formula 1 and book content here in this channel, and in this video specifically, as you saw on the title, on the thumbnail, and as you can tell through my shirt, I am doing another episode of reading a Formula 1 fanfiction from AO3, specifically the Formula 1 fanfiction that one of my best friends wrote. His username is Alonso Goes Room. I will put it on the screen, and we are going to be reading his fanfiction called The Ghost of You. This is episode 5? Episode 6? I don't even know how many episodes we've done. But in this episode, we're reading chapters 9 and 10. And if you want to know what has been going on, because there's not going to be spoilers in this, but you need context to know what's going on, please go check every other video that I've done on this kind of series. Like, I've been reading Formula 1 fanfictions for a while, and I have a whole playlist on my channel reading Formula 1 fanfictions, and in there you will find every other episode that I've done reading this specific fanfiction. So I have my laptop with me because of course I always do this with my laptop, and I'm gonna be reading, and I'm very excited because we are like, I think we have four chapters left. We have this episode and next episode and we'll be done, and I'm just like so happy that we're gonna be done, but at the same time I don't want to, you know, just be done with this. But I'm gonna take a break after this very long series because I've been reading Formula 1 fanfictions and posting Formula 1 fanfiction videos for like the past 3 months, so I kind of need a bit of a break. So we're gonna be reading this fanfiction, and I'm very excited. So if you're excited for this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you know if I want to post a brand new video every Friday. And now let's begin with this video, and let's begin reading the chapters 9 and 10 from The Ghost of You, from Alonso Goes Room, my best friend, one of my best friends on the entire planet. And let's begin with the video. I'm so excited. So let me get to chapter 9. I don't know where it is. Oh my god, where is it? My friend writes so much. It's not even funny how much this man writes. Like, it's so funny. Okay, I got to chapter 9. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, I will definitely, you know, recommend you to check them out in my channel in the eye. And if you have read for some reason this, you know, fanfiction, please let me know what you think, because I'm loving it. So let's continue with chapter 9. Let's continue with the fanfiction, and let's start chapter 9. Mark was humming under his breath, drumming with his finger on the steering wheel as he drove across the Golden Gate Bridge. He had woken up that morning feeling like a very heavy weight had been lifted from his shoulders. He stopped with Fernando on the roof the previous night, being some kind of catharsis, like Jensen would probably say. The idea of talking about Tina didn't make him feel anxious anymore, and he found himself wanting to talk about him more, and and it was freeing. Maybe he should really start listening to Jensen more. Yes, Jensen is very smart. We love Jensen. Please, just pay attention to what Jensen says. He's more smart than you are. You're fucking stupid, Mark. Mark glanced over at Fernando, who was sitting quietly on the passenger seat, looking out of the window with a soft smile. And Mark liked the sight of Fernando so relaxed, his shoulder not being tense for once, or his face being free of any kind of frown. He pulled off the main highway into the private road lined with thick trees on either side, driving down the road until a two-floor house appeared in front of them, and Mark parked the car in front of the door. Getting out without saying anything, looking from the corner of his eyes as Fernando followed him, quickly joining him as he looked around. Where are we? It's an estate. The guy's in Hawaii this time of year. Fernando frowned for a moment, but then his eyes widened and he gasped. Are we trespassing? We're not going inside, so you can relax. What I want to show you is this way. He walked between the brick wall and the trees until he reached a black iron gate, and he turned around to check if Fernando was following him, rolling his eyes with an amused smile when he saw the coat of the Spaniard's face, like he still didn't believe they weren't doing something illegal. You said you love gardens, Mark said softly. What is this place? Fernando asked. I made this, Mark said proudly. You asked what I liked to do before, and this is it. I was a landscape architect, even had my own company for a while. They stayed in silence for a while, and after that, just looking at each other's eyes, and Mark left like he could drown in Fernando's eyes if he kept staring at him. My friend knows how to write gay romance. It's so beautiful. I told him multiple times, please write an actual book, and they don't want to. So yeah. By the way, the lighting in here is crazy. Like literally, I think I'm in love with this. The background is shit, but I love this lighting. I think I look beautiful in this lighting. What is going on? Anyway, let's continue. Sorry, I just needed to say this, and I'm probably gonna say that every single time I am filming in this, you know, in this place with this lighting, because oh my god, good lighting. That is actually what I'm supposed to just. My videos just need good lighting for them to be decent. You know what I mean? Like, what the frick is this beautiful lighting? What is going on? I've been here before, Fernando suddenly said. What? How? This is going to sound really strange, but I think strange is the new normal for us, mate. I dreamt of this place, the flowers, everything. It's beautiful, Fernando said, and you made it. Mark nodded, looking at the colorful flowers and feeling again the joy he had been used to feeling every time he had a new job, especially as big as this one. And he realized in that moment that he missed it. He missed it all. What joy must be to create a place like this? Fernando looked around again before taking a step closer to Mark. Is it gonna be again? Sure. Promise me that you will make gardens like this again, for me. Mark took a shaky breath, looking down at Fernando's face, at his small smile and soft eyes, and Mark was sure he would do anything for Fernando right now if he asked him. Mark. The sound of Mark's phone made them jump apart. Sorry, they kissed. I jumped that part because I didn't think it was going to be anything important. They kissed. Of course they did. They're so gay. Continuing, Mark's phone just started, sounding like someone's calling him. Who the hell is calling me now? Mark grumbled. Hello? Mark, hi. Susie's enthusiastic voice responded. You're the luckiest man in the world right now. Thank you? Why do you say that? The apartment is yours, Susie exclaimed. Couch and everything. They're willing to give us a nice long lease. How? How long? Really long. I am going to send it over and I'll talk to you tomorrow. What? No, wait, Mark said. Why are they giving me a long lease now? Oh, it's tragic, really. Turns out the previous tenant you're asking me about was in a coma or something, and the family decided to pull the plug. What's wrong? We need to talk to your sister. We need to do it now, Mark said. Why do we need to talk to my sister? Because, Mark sighed. We have to stop her from making a huge mistake. How are we going to do that? Why would she listen to a complete stranger? Mark frowned, thinking about it as he rushed the last few meters to the car, setting himself behind the wheel. Do you have any dirt on her? Dirt? Yes, anything embarrassing or something. I don't know, Fernando sighed. She's scared of heights? Mark shook his head. That's too vague. We want her to believe it's us. It's going to be something no one else knows. Silence settled in the car, and Mark could see from the corner of his eye how Fernando was deep in thought. Oh, I know, Fernando said. She French kissed her ex-boyfriend Billy minutes before her wedding. Okay, Mark chuckled. That's good. I think that might work. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that knows because I walked to them and she threatened me into secrecy. Yeah, I think I like her already. Mark laughed again. That's okay. I love it. Anyway, Let's jump a bit because this is just not really important. So they went to see the sister, okay? And Mark goes and says, "Hi," said awkwardly. "I'm Mark. You don't know me, but I know your brother Fernando. I was wondering if we could talk for a second." "Yeah, of course. Come on in. I'm sorry for the mess. It's been a couple of rough days, and having two monsters running around doesn't help. Anyway, how do you know Fernando? Everyone likes to rub that one in," Fernando huffled indignantly. "He wasn't dating anyone. We worked together," Mark blurted. No. "You're not Freddy was a doctor, Mark," Fernando protested. "Made something up. I mean, we didn't work together. I'm not a doctor," Mark chuckled nervously. "I was his patient, yeah? We worked together on my illness." I'm so sorry. This is just too funny. "I was sick. Meningitis. Spiral meningitis. Oh, I'm so sorry." "Spiral meningitis," Fernando frowned. "That doesn't even exist, Mark." "Oh, no, it's okay," Mark told Lorena, ignoring Fernando next to him. "I'm fine now. Fernando, he believed in me, you know? When no one else thought I could get better, he believed in me, and he was right. I got better, and he saved me," Mark said. "That sounds like him." Lorena smiled softly before her expression changed back to a more serious one. "But why are you telling me this?" "Because I know about Fernando's situation. I know it must be hard for you, but you can't give up on him. He's fighting. I know he is, and he's going to recover from this. But you need to believe it." Mark could hear Fernando next to him talking to his niece in Spanish, and Mark couldn't understand a word he was saying. "I just want to ask you, no, beg you to please give him a little bit more of time. He's gonna pull through this. I know, please." "That's really sweet, Mark, but it's too late. I already signed the papers." "What? Lorena, no! I'm here. Can you feel me?" Fernando said. "We're turning off life support tomorrow at noon when the girls are at school," Lorena counted. "The past few months have been really hard on them and the whole family. It's time." "I understand you, I really do, but you're making a huge mistake." "Listen, Mark," Lorena interrupted him. "This is really for the best. This is what Fernando wanted. I spent my whole life thinking I knew what was best for him and making him do the thing he wanted to do the most of the time because I was being selfish. I think it's time he gets to do what he wants. I'm just honoring his wishes." Fernando just stood there. "That's not what he wants." Mark clenched his jaw. "Mark, it's okay," Fernando said softly next to him. "Like hell it is," Mark told Fernando before he turned back to Lorena. "Mark," Fernando growled at him, looking at him with a frown. "Fernando's here," Lorena finally said. "Well, asks more." "Yes," Mark answered. "Like right here," Lorena waved her hand to her side. "Yeah, a little to the right, but yeah." "No, let me do this," Mark said to Fernando before turning back to Lorena because Fernando was like, "Mark, stop, this is not gonna work." "I don't know why or how, but for some reason I'm the only one who can see him and hear him. Why don't you let him explain himself while I act as some kind of translator?" Lorena looked at him in silence for a moment. Her expression was neutral. "Can't you just give me a second here?" she asked. I think this could work, Mark," Fernando smiled. "Yeah, I finally got through her, mate. You need to get her straight up to the hospital. Get her to rip off those papers," Fernando said. "Fuck," Mark jumped back. "What the hell? Get out of my house, freak. I'm not making this up. Why would I?" Mark raced. "Lorena, calm down. Just calm down," Fernando said next to him. "I chop you. I'll swear I do," Lorena threatened Mark. "Tell her about Billy." "I know about Billy," Mark blurted. "I know you kissed Billy before your wedding. I will tell everybody." Lorena stayed in silence for a moment, studying Mark before he started to sway the knife, yelling at Mark, demanding he told her how he knew when no one else did. Once Mark was gone, Lorena stood in the hallway, her chest heaving from the anger and adrenaline surging through her. "You girls okay? Mama, is Uncle Nana gonna have more tea?" Bianca asked. "What?" The kids could see him. The kids could see his uncle, their uncle, and this mother is like, Lauren is like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Everyone's going crazy. But whatever. We are going into chapter 10 now. That was chapter 9. Sorry I didn't have that many comments, but that was chapter 9, and Yeah, it's interesting. We're getting to chapter 10. And just for context, in case no one knows, this is based on a film called Just Like Heaven, where the main characters are Reese Witherspoon or something. There's no Witherspoon, but it's something Witherspoon or something like that. I don't know, but like Reese something. And then Mark Ruffalo. And my friend loves that film, so he wanted to just write a fan fiction about Mark and Fernando based on that film. And we're getting to chapter 10, and I can't really say much because I would say spoilers, but it's just so good. I love that film. I watched it after the last episode, like after I filmed the last episode, I watched it because I didn't want to get spoilers of the ending, so I watched the film so I could just know was gonna happen and then continue filming now. So chapter 10 and the last part of this video, the last chapter for this video. Fernando was standing in front of the park that was in front of Lauren's house. It was not really that big, but it was the greenest thing in the neighborhood, and it was full of families. A dad playing football with his son, kids running around with dogs following them close behind, a mother sitting down on the grass with a toddler. Fernando had a small smile in his face, and he watched them all. The feeling of sadness had grown used to the past few days coming back in full force. He never got to experience any of this, and now he never will. Fernando, you are dating Melissa, who has 3 kids. You went from I want to be a dad, but I'm fucking getting old, and my partners don't have, kids, to let me, start dating this journalist who is probably great, who has 3 kids. So you just became an instant parent. What the fuck, Fernando? What is going on? And where is Mark in the situation? Where's Mark in the situation? Also, you have so many kids under the 14 management thing that you have, that you already are a dad of all those drivers. Like, please. I think your sister's not a very spiritual person, Mark joked. She was just being a good mom, keeping her daughter safe from a crazy man that sees things that aren't there. What are you thinking about? Life, Fernando struggled. I would love to be a father, I think. You would make a good one. Thank you, Fernando muttered. I guess I will never know now. I was too busy saving lives, I forgot I have to live mine. No, don't talk like that, Mark interrupted him. He turned his head to look at Mark standing there beside him, staring at him with a look Fernando couldn't read. It's too late, Mark. Come on, Fons. This can't be it. Fons? Fernando felt and pulled off his neck. Sorry, I forgot you don't like it. It's growing on me, Fernando said softly. I can go to a hospital, Mark suggested, and Fernando shook his head. Come on, can I just talk to your friend? What was his name again? Andrea. Yeah, Andrea, I can talk to him, make him understand. Or to the asshole guy, Lewis. They'll put you in a psych ward, Mark, Fernando sighed. There's no way anyone will believe I'm still here. What about Eunice's? She saw you. Great, my life is in the hands of a 4-year-old with 7 other imaginary friends, Fernando huffled. This can't be it. It can't. He's in negation. He decided that he doesn't want to accept the fact that Fernando might die. So, because he's so in love. So he just in the negation step, just, this is not true kind of thing. There has to be someone in this stupid city who can help us. Us? Fernando pondered to him as he stared blankly at Mark. I know who we can go and see. Ooh. Well, what are we doing here? David, the last guy I got to try and get out of the apartment, works here. Oh, I remember him. But how is he going to help me? He couldn't before. Well, he doesn't think I'm loony with a side crazy of that, if that's a good start. David, hey. Mark, whoa. Wait, the spirit is with you, isn't it? David frowned. You can't bring it here. What are you thinking? Listen, mate, you were right about him. He's not dead. Cool. But he is in a coma and his family's going to pull the plug. Not cool, David said. So what, are you just getting along now? No, I mean, we just got acclimated. You are fucking each other. So, yes, you got acclimated because you're just kissing and fucking each other because you're so fucking gay. So, yes, you got acclimated. Whatever. I can tell. In fact, I am sensing pretty intense feelings he has for you, mate. What? Really? Mark turned to look at Fernando with a smack. No, I don't have strong feelings. That's stupid. Wow, major red aura. Someone is embarrassed, David said. Can we focus, please? You're a terrible liar, Mark muttered. Mark, focus. Look, mate, I am not letting them unplug him, okay? So, you have to help me out here. Is there anything I can do? You are going at this the wrong way. You're asking the wrong questions. Why am I wrong? Look, I have a gift for you, I didn't ask for it, but I do. I don't have time for this. Why is he sending still hanging around. What is his unfinished business? What unfinished business do you have? Fernando didn't have an answer for that. Besides, Mark went on, if he fixes his unfinished business, he won't just disappear. What if I just want him to stay? How is that I'm the only one who can see him and talk to him? Now, you're asking the right questions. Yeah, what's the right answer then, dickhead? Spirits usually attach themselves to people they have a connection with. That makes no sense. I've never met him before. Maybe it's fate then. I don't believe in fate. According to... I don't give a fuck about what the book says, mate, Mark said softly. Sorry, man. Mark, let's just go home, yeah? Please. All fire drained out of Mark at that, leaving behind the sadness and anger as he's hunched over the desk, taking a deep breath, and Fernando reached his hand out tentatively, stopping himself before he could touch Mark, pulling his hand behind his back again. With a sigh, Mark straightened up, and without a word he turned around and made his way back to the main door out of the sidewalk, Fernando following right behind. There must be a reason you're here, Mark said. Why? Why didn't I move into your apartment? Why can't I see you and hear you, but no one else can? Why did that boy collapse when we were at the restaurant? What are you doing? Fernando asked when he saw Mark start to open books on the table. I don't know. I tried to find something. The first time I read these, I was looking for a way to get rid of you. I didn't pay attention to anything else, but maybe there's something that can help us. Where did you get this? Fernando frowned. I took it from the hospital. I'm sorry. I just wanted a picture of you. Mark looked down. I didn't know if he was going to see you again, and I just wanted something to remember you. I'm sorry. I can't give it back. I really like that picture. Yeah, me too. Mark looked up at Fernando. I just got my MCAT scores back then. That must be good then. Oh, they were terrible. Fernando chuckled softly. They were so low, it was actually embarrassing, but you guys are celebrating. Oh yeah, I wanted to go back to the library and start studying immediately, but Lorena stopped me and said the only thing I could do was burn my scores and drink margaritas. Lots and lots of margaritas. Well, it looks like she was right. It's funny because that was the first time I completely failed at something, but I had never had so much fun in my life. You look happy. I was happy, Fernando mumbled. You helped people, saved lives. Even my own, Fernando coughed. I would save my own life for later, because I never thought there would not be a later. Don't say that, please, Mark pleaded. We still have time. We still have to think about something, can we? We can still think about something. Mark frowned up for the moment, looking for Fernando in silence. It was clear he didn't feel the same. He wanted to keep fighting, but the look on Fernando's eyes made him give in. All right, great. Mark jumped off the couch. What do you want to do? Do you want to fly to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower? No problem. We'll maybe dance on the beach in Bali. I'm not a good dancer, but I can try anyway. I'll take you anywhere in the world that will make MasterCard or Visa. Anywhere. That is so cute. That is so cute. Fernando's face broke into a wide smile and he looked up at Mark. Those things sound really nice, but that's not what I want most. Then what it is? I'll do anything. I'm being serious. Yeah, I would kiss you right now, Mark suddenly said. I would like that too, Fernando sighed, but I think I want to be with you. Maybe fall asleep next to you. That would be enough for me. Then, let's go. Which side do you prefer? What? On the bed. Which side do you prefer? Oh, I don't think I mind. Get your ass in here then. Come on. Are you nervous? Mark whispered. Why? I can't even touch you. I think that's why I'm nervous. Why? I don't know, Fernando muttered with a frown. At the hospital, when you touched my hand, I felt that. Well, my spirit did. He kept saying, Mark nodding in front of him. And I don't know how, but I feel like if I could ever really touch me, I might wake up from this. I can almost feel that, Mark smiled softly, opening his eyes again and looking at Fernando, who was smiling back at him. Me too, Fernando said. I think I know what my unfinished business is. Yeah, what? You. Yeah, that's the end of the chapter, and I'm so happy that's the end of the chapter because that's the cutest end of chapter ever. That was so amazing. Oh my god. And today I had such a good reading day. You know how sometimes I have so many things that I don't know that I'm saying wrong because I just don't know how to speak. Well, today's one of the days that I'm actually good at speaking and reading out loud, which is very surprising. I think the lighting and this weather is helping me, like the little air, because how did I just film this in half an hour and I almost didn't didn't know what to say a few times. Like, I'm so proud of myself for that. But yeah, those were the next two chapters. We got to chapter 10, which is so exciting, and now the next episode is going to be the last one, which is chapters 11 and 12. So come back to see that if you want to know how this whole story ends. If you want to watch the film, please also do so, but please watch this first and then watch the film. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video because I had so much fun. If you did, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you know when I post a brand new video every Friday. And I will see you guys on the next video and on the next episode of this series, which is going to be the last one of the series in a while, because I'm going to take a little break from reading from all fanfictions after I finish this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.